Welcome everyone to the World Blitz Championships 2025. On your screen is the young Indian talent Pranav Anand. He is playing the tournament of his life. He is facing Magnus Carlsen after beating Bassem Amin, Hovhannsiyan Robert, Richard Rapport and Volodar Murzin. He's on 4 out of 4 and now faces the big test. We have arbiter Chris Bird in the background there. And Magnus, well, he's also started off quite well. Although Magnus is half a point behind Pranav right now. He's on 3.5 out of 4 and there he enters in a handshake there. Magnus is currently on 3.5. He drew his last round to Javokir Sindarov. For Pranav Anand, this is a big game. Although his blitz rating is 2393, his classical rating is close to 2600. He's one of those young talents of Indian chess, born in 2006, who is on the rise, just like Pranav V, Pranesh, and Leon, and all these youngsters. He's also aiming to reach 2700. And Pranav doesn't play too much of blitz online or over the board, but he's playing so incredibly well here. Extremely focused. The boy lives in Bangalore. For now, it's time to start the game in Qatar, Doha. Both the players are ready. It's 3 minutes plus 2 seconds increment. And we are ready to rock and roll. A handshake there. And Magnus opens the game with e4. We have the Sicilian, knight to f3, d6. And Magnus is going for this line over here with bishop c4, which is kind of giving more like an Italian feel to the Sicilian. e6 played by Pranav, very logical, trying to blunt the bishop here. Bishop e7, bishop drops back to b3, black castles, and white plays c3 with the idea of pushing d4 at some point. Pranav now has to come up with a plan. He goes a6 and rook e1, defending the pawn so that you want to go d4 here. And one plan that black can go for is b6, bb7. He goes rook b8. Very logical. He's trying to play b5 and expand on the queen side. d4 by Magnus. Playing it in the center. And now Pranav needs to decide whether to take or not to take. Magnus can push his e pawn, can push his d pawn. So many different options here in the position. And he plays pawn to b5, pushes it, takes on b5, a b5 taken. And now Magnus brings his knight to d2. He's playing it calmly here. He wants to bring his knight to maybe f1, then go to g3, b4 played by Pranav. Now, how exactly is this move is a question, because c4 squared does become weak and Magnus instantly pushes his pawn to d5. Pranav first takes on c3. He's attacking the knight here. So if you take on c6, he'll take on d2. Takes back, pawn takes pawn. And the rook is eyeing here the bishop, but it's well defended. Now do you take here or do you let it be? He doesn't take it. He goes knight a5. He attacks the bishop here. Now you can take on e6. You can also go back bishop a2. You can also go back bishop c2. Many possibilities lie in this position for Pranav, for Magnus. And Pranav, well, out of the opening, I think Magnus should be happy with what he's got. After all, he didn't play it super ambitiously. By the way, bishop c2 seems to drop a pawn, like takes, and knight takes d5. So maybe Magnus is not so keen, although there also Magnus does have compensation. And he's calculating all these possibilities because in the opening, he gained a good solid lead on the clock. And I think Magnus wants to take on e6. He takes it. Because now if knight b3, you have an intermezzo with ef7 check, and then I pick up knight takes b3 when white is a pawn up. So maybe the best idea is to take back, fe6 taken. And now that this pawn is a bit soft, why not put the bishop on a2 on this long diagonal? I think it makes the most sense. But he goes bishop c2, Magnus. I think he's eyeing for this e5 pawn push, and Pranav is like, sorry Magnus, you won't get the e5 push. I myself am playing it. I'm opening up my bishop here. On the flip side, the light squares have become a bit weak now. Magnus Carlsen has to decide the next order of work for himself now. Is it knight f1, knight e3, knight d5, looking for this square? Is it knight h4 to knight f5? He goes queen e2 first. Brings his queen out, defends the pawn, defends these squares here. And now Pranav, well, who has slightly more time than Magnus because of the last few decisions that Magnus took away quite a bit of his time. A good idea is king h8 in such positions. He goes, ooh, knight h5. Very tactical, because if knight takes e5, I have knight f4 attacking the queen and then picking up the knight. So you can't do any discovered attacks here. He plays his knight to f1, taking care of the f4 square, and bg4, boom. Played by Pranav. He's pinning the knight here. He's playing this so well. He's putting insane pressure, and you could see Magnus there lifting his eyebrows a bit and is like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming. Queen d3, and now Pranav can chop this off and double the pawns. The f4 square is weak. Yes, he takes. Pawn takes. And f3 pawn is a bit weak. f4 square is a bit weak. And now king h8 maybe. He goes bishop to g5. And whoa, his idea is to take the bishop and settle on f4. But what a move by Magnus. Knight g3 just in time, because if bishop takes c1, he would take on h5. And otherwise, if you bring your knight here, I'll simply chop it off. He brings his knight in. Maybe not the best of ideas, because now this knight will be taken. It is hanging and it will be taken. It takes and bishop takes. If you take with the pawn here, then maybe e5 and there's a mating attack here. So bishop takes, rook d1 attacking the d6 pawn. For Pranav, it's slightly difficult because now the knight is also a bit loose. He can't bring it back into the game because of check. He for now defends the d6 pawn. But let's see if Magnus is able to outwit his opponent. He always is able to do that. Queen a6, rook a8, defending the knight. Queen b5, lovely spot for the queen. Looking at the knight, looking at all these squares, the knight is almost trapped here. Cannot get back in the game. Maybe you must take off this knight just so that it doesn't create some knight jumps in the future with knight h5 and knight f5 stuff. He goes king h8. And will Magnus now double down the a file? That's a very good idea. He goes rook a4. What a move by Magnus. Rook a4 with the idea of rook a1. And Pranav is wondering how to save himself. Rook f7, rook a7 seems the way. Yeah, he finds it. Pranav fighting as hard as he can. But sometimes it's difficult to play Magnus. Knight f5. Well, maybe rook d7. He goes rook b7. But what about queen d3? Attacking the d6 pawn. He finds it. Queen d3. Another classy move by Magnus. He's attacking d6. Rook b2 played. Whoa. If queen d6, rook d6, he wants to take on c2. So that's the reason why Magnus is going for knight takes pawn. And he's now threatening a big fork here. Queen jumps into h4, trying to checkmate here. Only move for Magnus, king f1 to run away. There's no other. He finds it with just 20 seconds on the clock. What an insane player Magnus is. Like finding the best moves here. And Pranav now down to 25 seconds. He's like, what should I do? He takes the pawn and takes on a5. What a move, because rook a5, there's knight f7. I think Magnus didn't calculate it through, but he feels it that there will be a mate there. Pranav is like, prove it. Rook takes a5, check. King g8, check. King takes f7. Another check coming in. Queen d7, very important check. He finds it. King g6, check. And Magnus knows he's found the mate. King h5 and mate. What a game. What a game by both the players. And Pranav is like, my knight seems to have gone offside somehow. Didn't come into the game. And Magnus finding some incredible moves there to save himself. What a game by Pranav. He fought like a lion there, and to play against Magnus is a great opportunity for the youngster. I'm pretty sure this game he will cherish it for many days to come and will learn from it. And Magnus, as always, showing why he's such an amazing blitz player. His accuracy was simply off the charts. All these years, ChessBase was a software that needed to be installed on your computer. But now, ChessBase has come up with a mobile app. It's called the ChessBase mobile app, and it is available both on Android and iPhone. With the app, you can now prepare against an opponent. You can get access to more than 11 million games in your database. You can create a new game, analyze it. The premium users get access to the fastest cloud engines, and then you can save your analysis. What's more is that the app is completely free. If you want to stay connected to serious chess preparation on the go, then the ChessBase mobile app is for you.